Just so we're clear, you're retelling me that the best course of action for us, right? Now is to ignore the fact that half our employees are trapped in an office building about to be devoured by a monster from another dimension. And instead we should focus on making sure that the company Christmas party goes off without a hitch. What the hell kind of monster do you think I am? Okay, look, I get that this is a lot to take in, but I'm gonna need you to trust me on this. If you send security down there, they won't find anything. By the time they get to the sub-basement, whatever they find will be gone. This isn't the first time that this has happened, and I can guarantee you it won't be the last. So I am either gone, nah, make a deal with this thing, or it has gone, nah, find its way out on its own. But when it does, I'm gonna need the whole company to be on board, ready to accept the truth. If they're not, I'll be blamed. Alright, fine. But I'm putting the call in. No promises. Thanks. Where are the generators? I asked, reaching for my jacket. They're not there anymore, sir. Mr. Bryce decommissioned them last quarter. Said they were just liabilities. Said the building was better off being net zero. He followed me to the door, looking increasingly pale. Look, Mr. Hartigan, I'm sorry, but I don't have access to those old blueprints. Can't you just use the new service tunnels? They're pressurized. Thanks anyway, Dale, I said, opening the door. You have fun at the party. As I stepped out into the frigid night, the hum filled my ears. I didn't bother with a taxi. I walked past the luxury condos, the designer boutiques, the trendy cafes, past all the shiny windows where people sipped cocktails and laughed, oblivious. I was heading north, away from the city lights, into the darkness. There was an abandoned warehouse district, a wasteland of broken asphalt and weeds. A place no one went unless they had to. I found the service entrance to the old Omnicorp building in a maze of rusted fire escapes and shattered glass. The hum vibrated up my legs. Here we go, I thought. Now, the tunnel entrances were sealed, as I expected, metal doors reinforced with concrete. But the heavy padlock hanging from the handle had been forced open. I squeezed through the gap and descended into the dark. The hum intensified. It was a living thing now, pulsing, breathing. I fumbled for my flashlight and shone it around. Nothing. But all around me, the signs of diligent work. Tools, stacked boxers, bright yellow caution tape. Well, somebody had been here before me. I followed the path into the earth until I heard a sound above the roar, a rhythmic scraping. I pushed aside a tangle of wires and looked through a hole in the wall. On the other side, I could see a massive excavation pit. Scaffolding was set up around the edges, and hanging from the rafters was a huge crane. Below that, dangling from a hook, was Abernathy. His safety harness was cut, but he wasn't dead. He was harnessed into the scaffolding, suspended over the abyss, and he was working with a pickaxe. 1 swing, 2 swings, 3. The pickaxe hit something solid and Abernathy's head snapped up. He looked over and caught my eye. Then he was shouting, his voice hoarse. Mr. Hartigan, you came. Good. Listen to me. This is important. Whatever you do, don't look down. What the hell is going on here? Don't look down, he repeated, urgency edging into his voice. Whatever you do, don't look down. Why? I whispered. I was mesmerized. It was mesmerizing. Beneath him, stretching down into the earth, was a bottomless pit. At the bottom, just beyond the reach of my light, I could see wisps of smoke curling upward. But it wasn't the pit that scared me. It was what hovered at its edge. Tall and gaunt, its shape seemed to shift in and out of focus like a mirage. Its skin was a patchwork of flesh and metal, its limbs ending in needle-sharp claws. It twitched, its many arms rippling like waves on a black sea. Abernathy kept hacking at the scaffolding. Get me down from here. Do you trust me? Do I what? Do you trust me? He shouted, ignoring the creature. Yes, I yelled back, surprised by my own conviction. Trust you why? I heard a screech. The creature lunged forward. One of its limbs brushed against the scaffolding. Abernathy stumbled back, his eyes wide with terror. It's just a little excited, he called out, his voice tight. When it reaches the surface, I need you to show it the package. He gestured to the spot beside him. I understood. The package, of course. When it emerged, I would offer it my meager gift. Maybe it would consider accepting it. Maybe it would relent. But how would that stop it from consuming the rest of the city, or the country, or the world? This was only the beginning. Don't worry, I said, my voice echoing weirdly in the space. I'll take care of it. He nodded slowly. Good. Now, watch closely. With a grunt, he began clawing his way down the scaffolding. He reached the end and swung himself onto the ledge. Now it was face to face with the creature. Then it did something that made no sense whatsoever. It bowed. Slowly, it straightened up, took a step back, then leaped. It vanished into the creature. I watched in horror as the ground rumbled. Something was coming up. Whatever it was huge. The walls of the shaft started to crack. The ceiling sagged. The creature roared, a sound of pure power and rage. The metal groaned. The stone crumbled. Dust rained down. A giant hand burst through the ceiling. Then another. It ripped itself free, clawing at the air. With a final Herculean effort, it heaved itself upright. Emerging from the shaft was a titan of nightmare. A Cyclopean colossus. Its body was a mountain of writhing flesh and jagged metal, a mockery of human engineering. Its single eye burned with baleful light, fixing its gaze upon me. And then it spoke. Its voice was Abernathy's. Did you bring the package? I stammered, holding it out. Here. The creature studied me for what felt like an eternity. Then it reached out a clawed finger, snatched the box and opened it. Inside, there was the picture of my wife, the coffee mug, the watch. It picked up the watch and stared at it. The eye blinked, slowly. It spoke again, this time softer, satyr. She was beautiful. It looked at me, really looked at me. And I saw something akin to sorrow in its eye. It lowered its head and nudged the picture of my wife. Tell me about her. Was that gratitude and maybe pity? Then I knew I was safe. Maybe we all were. It wasn't just me it pitied. It was this guy, too. Maybe it pitied all of us. If you liked this video, definitely check out part 2. And thank you so much for watching.